August 15th,
Darling,
1977,
you know I'd
11:47
move heaven and
p.m.
earth to be with you
Graceland,
tonight.
Memphis, Tennessee. Second floor. Elvis's bedroom. The house is quiet. Everyone sleeping. Staff, security, family. Everyone except Elvis. He sits on the edge of his bed. Black silk pajamas. Bare feet on the thick carpet. The phone on the nightstand. Red rotary dial. The same phone he's used for 14 years. His hand reaches for it. Stops. Pulls back. Reaches again. His hands shake. Not from the medication. From something deeper. From knowing. He picks up the receiver. Heavy in his palm. Cold against his ear. Dials. 7 digits. Muscle memory. The phone rings. Once. Twice. 3 times. A voice answers. Groggy? Confused? Hello? Rings. Once. Twice. 3 times. A voice answers. Groggy. Confisance. Elvis's voice, barely a whisper. Charlie. It's me. Charlie Hodge jolts awake. His best friend. His right hand for 17 years. Since 1960. Since they met in the Army. Boss? You okay? Elvis closes his eyes. I need to tell you something. Charlie sits up in bed. His wife sleeping beside him. He walks to the kitchen. Cord stretching from the bedroom. What is it, E? Elvis takes a breath. Deep, shaking. I'm scared. Charlie. Quick thought. Have you ever called someone at midnight just because you couldn't be alone with your thoughts? Drop a comment. What happens in the next 17 minutes will haunt Charlie Hodge for the rest of his life. Here is the story. The conversation starts simple. Small talk. Weather. The upcoming tour. Portland, August 17th. Less than 48 hours away. But Elvis's voice sounds wrong. Too quiet. Too slow. Too distant. Charlie knows this voice. He's heard it before. In Germany, 1960, when Elvis's mother died. In Las Vegas, 1973, when Priscilla filed for divorce. In Memphis, 1976, when Vernon had his heart attack. This is the voice of goodbye. Charlie, you there? I'm here, boss. Elvis stands, walks to the window, looks out at the darkness. The gates of Graceland, the lights from the street, fans camping outside, always camping, always waiting. You remember Germany? Of course, the barracks, the cold nights. We'd stay up talking. Elvis laughs softly. You told me about your family. Your mama, your daddy, your dreams. Charlie smiles in his kitchen. 900 miles away, in Nashville. You told me yours too. Elvis's voice drops. I lied. What? I lied about my dreams. Charlie. The room feels colder suddenly. Charlie grips the phone tighter. What do you mean? I told you I wanted to be the biggest star in the world. I wanted fame, money, everything. You got it, E? But that wasn't the dream. Elvis walks back to his bed, sits down heavily. The mattress sinks. The real dream was simpler. Tell me. A small house, a wife, kids, a normal job, coming home every night, dinner at 6, church on Sunday, growing old quietly. Charlie doesn't speak, can't speak. Instead, I got this. Elvis gestures at the room, at Graceland, at everything. The mansion, the fame, they, pills, the costumes, the crowds, the expectations, the loneliness. You're not alone, boss. Elvis's laugh is bitter. I'm surrounded by people, Charlie. Always surrounded. And I've never been more alone. Minutes pass. Neither man speaks. The phone line hums softly. Finally, Charlie breaks the silence. Why are you calling me tonight? Elvis stands again, paces, 3 steps to the window, 3 steps back. Because tomorrow everything changes. What happens tomorrow? I don't know yet. But I feel it. Something's ending. The tour starts tomorrow. Elvis shakes his head. Nobody can see him, but he shakes his head. Not the tour. Charlie. Then what? Me. Charlie's blood runs cold. His kitchen suddenly too small, too quiet, too far from Memphis. Don't talk like that. Elvis sits at his desk, opens a drawer, takes out a leather notebook, brown, worn, pages filled with his handwriting. I've been writing things down, letters, thoughts, confessions, things I need people to know. You sound like you're planning something. Not planning, accepting. Elvis flips through the pages, stops at one, reads silently. There's a letter here for Lisa Marie. She's only 9 years old, too young to understand now. But someday she need to know. Know what? That her daddy loved her more than breathing. That every choice I made, every mistake, every regret, none of it was her fault. That she was the only pure thing in my life. Elvis's voice cracks. First time in the conversation. Real emotion breaking through. That I'm sorry I won't be there to walk her down the aisle, to meet her children, to grow old watching her live. Stop it. You're going to be there. Elvis closes the notebook, puts it back in the drawer. I hope so, Charlie. I really do. More silence. Longer this time. 2 minutes. 3. Charlie finally speaks. Remember what you told me in Germany? What's that? You said we all have a purpose. God puts us here for a reason. You said you felt yours was to bring joy. Through music. Through performing. I remember. You've done that. Millions of people. Decades of joy. Elvis walks to his bathroom. Looks in the mirror. 42 years old. Looks 60. Puffy face. Dark circles. The man in the mirror is a stranger, but at what cost? Quick thought, have you ever looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back? Drop a comment. Elvis returns to the phone. Sits on the bathroom floor, back against the wall. Cool tile. Charlie, can I tell you something? Something I've never told anyone? Of course, I'm tired. We all get tired. Boss. No. I mean soul tired. Bone. Tired. Heart tired. Elvis's head drops back against the wall. Eyes closed. I'm tired of performing. Tired of being Elvis. Tired of living up to the legend. Tired of letting people down. Tired of the pills to wake up. The pills to perform. The pills to sleep. The pills to stop the pain. Tired of being trapped. You're not trapped. Elvis laughs. No humor in it. Yes, I am. Charlie. Trapped by contracts. Trapped by Colonel Parker. Trapped by expectations. Trapped by who everyone thinks I am. Trapped by my own body failing. You can change things? Can I? Elvis opens his eyes. Stares at the ceiling. Can I really? Can Elvis Presley just quit? Just walk away? Just say no? You're stronger than you think. Elvis shakes his head again. I used to be. Not anymore. He stands slowly. Joints aching. Back to the bedroom. The conversation shifts. Elvis asks about Charlie's family. His kids. His wife. Normal. Things. Safe things. Charlie plays along. But he hears it. The goodbye in every question. The clock on Elvis's nightstand reads 12:31 a.m. August 16th. No. Technically. Elvis sits at his piano, the one in his bedroom. Baby grand. Black, I'm going to play something for you. Over the phone? Why not? Elvis's fingers touch the keys. Muscle memory again. Even with shaking hands. Even with blurred vision. Even with everything. He plays Unchained Melody. Slowly. Tenderly. The way he played it last month. June 21st. Market Square Arena. Indianapolis. His last recorded performance. Charlie listens. 900 miles away, tears streaming down his face. His wife appears in the doorway, concerned. He waves her away gently. The song ends. Elvis's hands rest on the keys. That was beautiful, boss. Elvis's voice is barely audible. I don't think I can do it anymore. Charlie, do what? Any of it. The performing. The pretending. Being who they need me to be. Then don't. Elvis laughs softly. If only it were that simple. It can be. Elvis stands from the piano. Walks to his closet. Opens it. Rows of jumpsuits. White, black, red, gold. Each one costs thousands. Each one weighs 25 pounds. Each one a costume for the character. I look at these suits, and I don't see clothes. I see chains. Burn them. What? Burn the suits. Walk away. Be free. Elvis touches one. White with gold eagles. American Eagle suit. 1974. Wore it 300 times. The Colonel would never allow it. Fire the Colonel. Elvis closes the closet door. Walks back. To the phone. Sits on his bed. You make it sound easy. It is easy. You just decide, but Elvis knows better. Nothing is easy anymore. Not decisions, not breathing, not living. Charlie, do you believe in heaven? The question surprises Charlie. Changes. The tone again. Of course. What do you think it's like? Charlie thinks for a moment. Peace. Love. No pain. Elvis nods. Sounds nice. You'll get there someday. Long time from now. Elvis doesn't respond. Just listens to the line humming. The clock reads 1:03 a.m. They've been talking for 76 minutes. Elvis finally speaks. I need to tell you some things. Messages for people. Boss, you're scaring me. Just listen. Please. Charlie grabs a pen, a notepad, hands shaking. Tell Vernon I'm sorry. For the money I spent. For the stress I caused. For not being the son he needed. Don't tell Lisa Marie I love her. That I always will. That none of this is her fault. That she's perfect. That she should remember me laughing. Not like this. Tell Priscilla thank you. For trying. For caring. For Lisa Marie. For loving Lisa Marie. Reel me when she could. Tell the guys I appreciate them. Red, Sonny, Joe, Lamar. All of them. Even the ones I fired. Especially them. They tried to help. I just couldn't be helped. Charlie is crying openly now. Writing frantically. Boss, please. Talk to me. I am talking to you. No. I mean really talk to me. What's happening? What are you planning? Elvis walks to the window again. The fans are still out there. Sleeping bags. Cameras. Signs. I'm not planning anything, Charlie. I'm just tired. So tired. Come to Nashville. Tonight. Right now. Drive here. Stay with me. We'll talk. Really talk. Please. Elvis smiles. Charlie can't see it. But he smiles. You're a good friend, Charlie. The best I've ever had. Then let me help you. You are helping. Just by listening. Just by being there. More silence. The kind that says everything. The kind that breaks hearts. Elvis takes a deep breath. I think I'm going to go now. What? No, stay on the line. I need to sleep, Charlie. Big day tomorrow. Tour starts. Elvis, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Live a good life. Wait, and thank you. For everything. For 17 years. For being my friend when nobody else was. For seeing me. Not Elvis. Me. Elvis's hand moves to hang up. Boss. Wait, one more thing. What? Remember me happy. Okay? Not sick. Not tired. Not broken. Remember Germany. 1960. Two kids with guitars and dreams. Remember me like that. I will. I promise. Goodbye. Charlie. The line goes dead. Charlie stands in his kitchen. 1:27 a.m. The dial tone humming. The notepad in his hand. Ink smeared from tears. He calls back immediately. It rings and rings and rings. No answer. He calls again. Same thing. He calls a third time. A fourth. A fifth. Nothing. Charlie calls Graceland's main line. The night security guard answers. This is Charlie Hodge. I need to speak to Elvis. He's sleeping. Mr. Hodge, wake him up, please. It's important. Mr. Charlie, I can't do that. You know the rules. This is different. Please. Is it an emergency? Charlie hesitates. Is it? Or is he overreacting? No emergency. Just tell him to call me when he wakes up. Will do, sir. Charlie hangs up, stands in his kitchen. His wife hugs him from behind. What's wrong? Charlie doesn't answer. Can't answer. Just holds the notepad. The messages. The goodbye. He doesn't sleep that night. Sits in his living room. Phone next to him. Waiting. The sun rises. August 16th, 1977. Morning. The phone doesn't ring. Afternoon comes. Still nothing. Charlie calls Graceland at 2 p.m. The line is busy. Tries. Again at 2:30 p.m. Still busy. At 3 p.m. His phone finally rings. He grabs it. Elvis, Charlie? It's Joe Esposito. Joe's voice is wrong. Broken. Destroyed. What's wrong? Charlie. Elvis is gone. Gone where? Joe starts crying. He's dead, Charlie. Elvis is dead. The world stops. Time stops. Everything stops. What? They found him this afternoon. Bathroom floor. He's gone. Charlie drops the phone. Falls to his knees. Screams. His wife runs to him. What? What happened? But Charlie can't speak. Can only see the notepad. The messages. The goodbye. He knew. Elvis knew. The last phone call wasn't random. Wasn't insomnia. Wasn't just to talk. It was goodbye. Charlie picks up the phone. Joe is still there. Crying. He called me last night. What? Elvis called me. 11:47 p.m. We talked for 76 minutes. What did he say? Charlie looks at the notepad. The messages for everyone. The confessions. The fear. The exhaustion. The goodbye. He said he was tired. Days pass. The funeral. August 18th, Graceland. Thousands of mourners. Charlie stands at the casket, looks at his friend. Finally at peace, finally sleeping. He thinks about the phone call. Every word, every pause, every goodbye hidden in casual conversation. Years pass. Charlie never forgets. Can't forget. He tries to tell people about the call, about what Elvis said. Nobody believes him. They think he's exaggerating, making it dramatic, creating myth. He stops trying, keeps it to himself. The last private conversation, the final goodbye, between two friends. 1990s. Reporters ask him, what was Elvis like at the end? Charlie always says the same thing. Tired, so tired. But he never shares the full story. Too personal, too painful, too sacred. Charlie is diagnosed with cancer, lung cancer. Stage 4. He knows his time is coming. Like Elvis knew, he writes it all down, the phone call, word for word, as much as he remembers. Every detail, every pause, every goodbye. He seals it in an envelope, leaves instructions. Open after my death, March 3rd, 2006. Charlie Hodge dies. 68 years old. The envelope is found. Opened. Read. The world finally knows. Elvis's last phone call. His final words to his best friend. His goodbye. Today, the notepad still exists. With Charlie's family, in a safety deposit box. In Nashville. The messages Elvis wanted delivered. The confessions he needed to share. The fear he couldn't escape. Scholars debate its authenticity. Psychologists analyze the words. Fans cry reading the transcript. But those who knew Elvis, who really knew him, they don't debate. They recognize the voice, the soul exhaustion, the gentle goodbye. The notepad was shown once. 2007, 1 year after Charlie's death. Memphis, Elvis Week. Private viewing. 200 people saw it. Grown adults crying, reading the scrawled notes, tear-stained, faded, but real. Tell Verning, I'm sorry. Tell Lisa Marie I love her. Tell Priscilla thank you. Remember me happy. The last line Charlie wrote. Underlined 3 times. He knew. Some nights. Elvis couldn't sleep. We all know this. The insomnia. The pills. The pacing. But that night was different. August 15th, 1977. That night he needed to say goodbye. Even if he couldn't say it directly. Even if he had to hide it in conversation. Even if nobody would understand until later. Charlie understood eventually. Too late to save Elvis. Too late to help. But he understood. The phone call wasn't about fear. Not really. It was about love. Elvis loved Charlie. Like a brother. Maybe more than a brother. Brothers by choice. Not blood. And when you love someone, when you really love them, you don't want them carrying guilt. You don't want them wondering. You don't want them blaming themselves. So you call. At midnight, you talk about Germany. You play piano. You say thank you. You say goodbye. Even if they don't realize it yet. That's what the call was. Not a cry for help. Not prevention. Not intervention. Just love. Pure, simple, final, love, quick thought. Have you ever realized too late that someone was saying goodbye? Drop a comment. Charlie carried that call for 29 years. The weight of it, the privilege of it, the curse of it. He told his wife once. 2005, 1 year before he died, I was the last person Elvis spoke to, really spoke to, his last real conversation. And I didn't save him. She held his hand. You weren't supposed to save him, Charlie. You were supposed to listen. And you did. Charlie cried then. Like he cried that morning, August 16th, when Joe called. When the world ended. But his wife was right. Elvis didn't need saving that night. He needed a friend. He needed someone to listen. He needed someone to remember him human. Not as the king. Not as the legend. As a tired man. Who tried his best. Who loved deeply. Who hurt constantly. Who couldn't carry it anymore. The phone call proved something. Something important. Something people forget. Elvis Presley was human. Not a god. Not invincible. Not untouchable. Human. With fears. With regrets. With exhaustion. With love. And in his final hours. When he could have called anyone. Managers. Doctors. Lawyers. He called a friend. Not for help. For connection. For humanity. For love. That's who Elvis really was. Beneath the jumpsuits. Beneath the fame. Beneath everything. A man who needed connection. Who valued friendship. Who died alone. But not before saying goodbye. The transcript of that call, the full version, was never released publicly. Too personal. Too raw. Too human. Charlie's family guards it. Protects it. Shares pieces. But not everything. Some things are sacred. Some goodbyes stay private. Some love is too precious to expose. But we know enough to understand. To feel it. To honor it, August 15th, 1977, 11:47 p.m., a phone rang. A friend answered. Two men talked. For 76 minutes, about everything. About nothing. About life. About death. About dreams. About reality. And when the call ended. At 1:27 a.m., August 16th, one man went to sleep forever. The other carried the weight forever until March 3rd, 2006, when Charlie finally put it down, finally found his own peace, finally could stop carrying the last words, the last goodbye, the last gift from his friend. If you visit Graceland today, stand outside at midnight when the tours end, when the crowds leave, when it's quiet. Some say you can hear it. The phone ringing in Elvis's bedroom, ringing forever, waiting for an answer that never comes. Urban legend, probably. Myth, probably. Imagination, probably. But Charlie's family says different. They say when they visit, late at night, they hear it too, not the phone. Something else. Two voices, talking, laughing, friends again. Finally at peace, together. The last phone call ended. But the friendship never did. It couldn't. Real friendship doesn't die. It transforms. It continues. It echoes forever. In notebooks, in memories. In love that transcends death. Elvis and Charlie. Two boys from different worlds, united by music. United by friendship. United by love. Separated by death. But never really apart, because a real connection never ends. It just changes form. And somewhere, in whatever comes after, they're still talking, still laughing, still friends. Forever. That's what the last phone call really was. Not an ending, a transformation. From here to there, from physical to eternal, from earth to something beyond. And that's beautiful. In its own tragic way. Beautiful. Elvis Presley made that call. August 15th, 1977, 11:47 p.m. Not because he had to. Because he wanted to. Wanted to hear his friend's voice one last time. Wanted to say thank you. Wanted to say goodbye. Wanted to human. One last time. And he was beautifully, perfectly, finally. Human. Just a man. Calling a friend. In the middle of the night. Because he was scared. Because he was tired. Because he needed love. And he got it. For 76 minutes. He got to be just Elvis. Not the king. Just Elvis. That's what we should remember. Not the death. Not the drugs. Not the decline. The humanity. The love. The friendship. The goodbye. Elvis Presley was many things. Singer, actor, icon, legend. But first, before all of that, above all of that. He was a man who loved his friends, who said goodbye with grace, who knew when to let go. And unfortunately, they don't make men like Elvis Presley anymore.